Well, I'd like to take just a minute and talk to you about the credit card problems in the country. And again, with people, some 20,000 people a day losing their jobs in the country, some 10,000 people a day losing their homes in the country. And we also know that the average person in Connecticut owes over $2,000 in credit card debts. And the average family, we're hovering around $8,000 to $10,000 across the country. It's staggering. And a lot of this debt is because of the unfair practices used by the credit card industry to gouge, frankly, consumers with untold numbers of fees and excuses to raise rates on people that are specifically designed to be complex, to lure people in with teaser rates, and then to start to saddle up with one fee after another to the point that people incur so much debt, many people falling into bankruptcy. In fact, bankruptcy rates in 7 of the 8 counties in Connecticut are higher than they've been in recent years, primarily due, we're told by those who are keeping count of all of this, because of credit card debt. For 20 years I've been fighting this industry to get them to change their ways and practices. Things like double cycle billing, universal default. I don't want a lot of fancy terminology. Let me explain what most of it comes down to. The idea is to get as much money out of your pocket as they can and to enrich themselves at the expense of consumers. Now, credit cards, I'm not against them. I understand they're very worthwhile tools to have. You have that, first of all, the convenience of them, the handiness of them, you're behind, you need something, your family, emergency arrives. The last thing I want to do, I'm not talking about getting rid of credit cards. What I am doing is insisting that credit card companies act like responsible issuers and not be designed specifically to get as much as they can out of a consumer at little or no expense to themselves and to enrich themselves. $14 billion annually collected now in fees. Fees. Initially, the credit card industry made money because of the interest rates they charged. And of course, there were caps on how much interest rates you could charge 30, 40 years ago when the first credit cards were issued. Today, the credit card industry doesn't make its money on interest rates, they make it on fees. And that is if you're an hour late, if you didn't pay your telephone bill even though you paid your credit card bill, we'll raise the fees or charge you fees or raise rates on you. So they're one example after another of outrageous examples of what the industry does in order to enrich themselves at the expense of consumers. And so I'm determined to get a bill passed. We had a good hearing today, a lot of participation by members. For those who might be interested in that or see some of the testimony, just get in touch with us on our website. We'll get information back to you. And then we urge you to become a co-sponsor. I always like to, you don't have to be a member of the Congress to co-sponsor a bill. My bill is called the Credit Card Act. And you can be a co-sponsor of that bill and let your senators and your congressmen know how much you care about it. Read it first, obviously. See what we put into it. I'm not going through all the details for you here, but a lot of it plugs up these gaps that exist out there, so we invite you to be a part of it. Thanks for watching this.